Paramount is in talks to buy Warner Brothers. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is happening with A24 and Glenn Powell. We got our first look at Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. The Witcher Season 4 releases a clip. Highlander gets delayed again. Sydney Sweeney's boxing movie Christy drops a trailer, and there's so much more to talk about in this episode of Movie News.
What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. There is so much to go over in this week, but I want to talk about something really exciting, and that's the box office, because we are on pace for the best September in years. This week alone was a 55% jump from last year's the same week in September. Also last week, with Last Rites, the Conjuring movie absolutely destroyed the box office. We were looking for a huge September. James, take it away with the really surprising box office this weekend.
Demon Slayer, number one at the box office, $70 million.
Fucking A.
Holy crap. The biggest animated film release of 2025. Just a phenomenon. This is the Demon Slayer anime show that's been turned. This is a movie continuing the story. I keep seeing the trailer in theaters.
Yeah, it's been playing a lot.
It looks sick.
Yeah.
But holy crap, Demon Slayer is popular.
It was the biggest anime opening since a movie you and I saw when we were children.
Pokemon the movie.
Pokemon, the first movie, came out in 1999 and made $30 million its opening weekend, which, if you adjust for inflation, is a really good opening.
What a time. Remember the card you got? I'll never forget.
It was great.
There was an electric time with our friends. Pokemon was the biggest thing in the world. It was so fun.
And anime movies get released here and there, and so they can make pretty good money. There's been plenty that made over $20 million on opening weekends the past several years, but this...
I mean, the biggest earner of 2025 so far is that anime from China.
Neja?
Yeah.
That's not an anime.
It's not an anime? Well,
No,
it's animated.
It's animated film.
Oh, yeah,
This
you're
is
right.
an anime.
This is anime.
James is learning. But this blows every anime out of the water with a huge opening weekend.
The Conjuring Last Rites huge second weekend, $27 million. That's really impressive. This horror franchise is not going anywhere, guys. I mean, they are caking. Already a prequel in development, a TV series in development, not to mention, I'm sure,
Video
spin-offs.
game. It's going to be a first-person shooter.
As Annabelle. Downton Abbey released their movie finally in theaters, and hopefully we can stop seeing the ad at AMC before the movie starts.
Oh, the cell phone ad.
$19 million at the domestic box office for the hit show turned into the movie, which is ending the story, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the franchise best. It's the fourth film. It's the fourth film in the film franchise of it, and it's actually the best opening weekend they've done. And it was a perfect weekend to release this film. There's all this horror films, dark films, Demon Slayer. So this seemed to track perfectly for a release date for their audience. None of that audience is going to watch these other movies, so I think it worked really well. They chose a perfect date for it.
The Long Walk finally opened. This has been getting so much marketing over the last month. I finally checked it out. Anthony saw it a few weeks ago. Opened to $12 million at the domestic box office, which is really solid. A budget of only $20 million. So that's really setting itself up to just be a very successessful film.
0 sets.
Not one set was not.
There's a couple sets.
A couple interiors. But
one room.
Pretty cheap movie. Yeah, just keep walking, guys. Crafty's 10 miles that way.
So what are we going to build for this movie? No, we're just going to go on the road.
It's really good, guys. You got to check it out. High suspense, lots of tension. Terrific performances from David Johnson and Cooper Hoffman. I think these two are just poised to be some of the best stars in Hollywood in coming years. Toy Story got re-released for its 30th year anniversary.
Oh my!
How old are you? How old are you? 30 years of Toy Story, baby.
Terrifying. Oh my
Anthony and I
God.
saw this in theaters when we were 5.
That's how old we are.
$3.7 million at the domestic box office re-release. Weapons still making money, $2.9 million domestically. Freakier Friday as well, 2.2. Spinal Tap 2, not a very big earner at all.
Not
here.
surprised.
The sequel to the legendary spoof film from Rob Reiner only pulled $1.5 million at the domestic box office.
I gotta say, I don't know why they made a sequel.
Because sequels are, Jews are obsessed.
I know, but like... Spinal Tap's a really fun mockumentary, but it's not something that needed a sequel.
I think it's too
and that
far out of the
obviously
budget.
nobody was interested in.
Out of the zeitgeist, $22 million budget here. This is an expensive film.
They thought it was going to make 80 mil?
I don't think they were expecting 80 million.
50? They thought this movie was gonna make 50 mil.
That is quite a big budget for a very low performer.
There's no need for it.
I think that the thing with Spinal Tap, it was great when it came out. It's a fun spoof. It's terrific. And even if this movie's good, I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's pretty solid. Does anyone even know what Spinal Tap is this generation?
No fucking way. Not a chance.
I doubt this generation
Unless
knows.
they have like a dad who's obsessed with Spinal Tap and they showed it to them as kids. No one under the age of 25 has even heard of this property, I bet.
But again, it's Rob Reiner, legendary filmmaker. So I'm sure he can get a budget to do this. What studio is this? It was Bleecker Street distributed it.
Okay.
Sony Pictures release. Man,
So Sony did America, Bleecker must have done Europe.
Yeah,
and
Castle
neither
Rock
of them made money.
Entertainment was
Neither
the
of
production
them made any
company.
money.
Who's Castle Rock? It sounds familiar.
They've done
They've done things.
bunch of small horror films, right?
I don't know. Fantastic Four, $1.4 million.
Still in theaters.
So Spinal Tap just beat that, and it's been in theaters for 2 months. Real quick, before we continue with news, check out this amazing One Battle After Another poster over my right shoulder from our great friends, movieposters.com. They gave us this. Use our code Raiders10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. Plus, we have an affiliate link with the website. That link gets us a commission. Use the code Raiders10 to get 10% off. It's a win-win. You get an amazing poster, movieposters.com.
I want to talk about my least favorite story in a long time, and that's Paramount is bidding to buy Warner Brothers. This is, we're in this age of the Hollywood film industry where it's just billionaires are buying studios that we love. Now, Paramount, if you understand, was actually purchased by billionaires. Skydance Entertainment, which is owned by David Ellison, who is the son of Larry Ellison, one of the wealthiest people alive, the man who owned and created Oracle, one of the biggest companies in the world, who's worth $370 billion himself. Basically, he gave his kids a good amount of money. His daughter, Megan Ellison, made Annapurna Pictures, and she made a bunch of really cool movies with that company. And then his son, David Ellison, made Skydance Pictures, and he collaborated on a bunch of big-budget, huge movies, J.J. Abrams movies, Tom Cruise movies. So he's been in that realm for a while. They recently purchased Paramount, so Skydance owns Paramount. And now, it's not enough for them. They want to buy Warner Brothers, which is, I just don't like this at all.
There are pros and cons to everything. This is one of those things that's inevitable. I mean, Amazon already bought MGM.
Yeah.
Apple's been trying to buy A24 for years. Inevitability of mergers between studios, and studios have been buying up studios for decades. Warner Brothers owns New Line Cinema. How many studios does Disney own? All of them. Disney owns 20th Century Fox. They bought that shit like it was nothing. Same thing with Lucasfilm and
like it was nothing.
Legit, like it was nothing.
Sucks.
So cons here. I mean, I'm not a studio executive, so I don't know the numbers when it comes to theaters, film, TV, and streaming. And does it make sense to have a more centralized network for your streaming? Because streaming's not going anywhere, but theaters aren't going anywhere at the same time. And is it feasible for them to buy this studio? Because Warner Brothers globally, it's worth about like $40 billion. The Ellisons absolutely can, because he's going to be backed by his family. The family's going to purchase this.
Yeah.
It's just like
Larry's
Severance.
Dad's going to buy it for me.
It's like Severance, baby.
Yeah.
So David Ellison, I think, is a great executive, and I think he's been doing great stuff at Skydance, and I'm really looking forward to the future of Paramount. At the end of the day, is it good or bad for business? It's tough to say because it's a new era. Is it good that Amazon bought MGM? In my eyes, no. Because I think the way that Amazon goes with their direction creatively and what they spend money on and how they spend their money versus Paramount, I think, makes better decisions than Amazon when it comes to their films and TV. So pros, I guess at the end of the day, it's a big sandbox that we're not even in. But does it make sense from a distribution standpoint of centralizing streaming to maybe there'll be only one streaming platform with less titles, less things getting made every year, where it's not an overflow of film and TV every year on streamers and film, and maybe it'll slow production down to get just better product at the end of the day?
I don't know about that.
It's possible.
I think that, this is getting to the point where every movie or TV show we watch will eventually have been owned by only 4 companies.
Well, that's what happens with every industry, though.
Yeah, but I don't like it because we're not talking about toothpaste and toilet paper here, like P&G. We're talking about like the media we consume, and I think that
Well, the media is like that too. There's 4 mega
know.
corporations.
I know, yeah, it's not a good thing. I think it's especially with when you have the OG film studios. Fox has already been eaten up. MGM's been eaten up, which is not great because the studios used to have this competition where it forced them to make better films and better TV shows because maybe Warner Brothers is doing better than MGM, and Paramount maybe was like, okay, we need to compete with what Sony did. Or I think that when there's less when there are less companies, then it creates a more sterile and less interesting overall industry because there's less competition. You know, Paramount won't have to compete with Warner Brothers anymore because they'll own Warner Brothers, and Disney doesn't have to compete with 20th Century because they own 20th Century. So the lack of competition, I think, it disincentivizes the need for making more creative art and better stories and better movies to try and compete with. Oh, Barbie made so much money, we need to make a better, like our version of a great movie of that or whatever. It's always been like that, all the way back in the early days of old Hollywood. So I don't think it's a good thing that only a couple of companies are going to end up owning all of these studios that we love. And yeah, Warner Brothers and Paramount and Sony and Disney, what have you, they've always purchased other companies, but they were never the major studios until recently with the Fox purchase from Disney. So, I mean, every studio has like smaller independent production companies that succeeded and they purchased those companies and put them under their umbrella. But we're talking about the big studios that started in Hollywood's heyday that are being gobbled up, which I don't like.
I wouldn't call it gobbled up though, but you have to look at the perspective of theatrically inclined studios facing competition from a juggernaut like Netflix.
Sure.
You know, how do we keep our IPs powerful? How do we keep production when they're in debt? You know, it's one of the reasons why Warner Brothers is obviously looking at this as a potential purchase opportunity. Both studios are in debt. Studios have been leaking money for a decade now, making bad decisions creatively. So you could look at it, yes, studios are merging, but what's the big existential threat here is losing theatrical film. That's, I think, something that is definitely motivating the idea of a purchase for Warner Brothers to accept it, because maybe they can't compete anymore with Netflix and big streaming platforms like that.
Sure, I get it. I just don't like the idea of like extremely successful people who built their wealth in a different industry coming into Hollywood and just it's basically we're going to take control and buy it.
It's the new world, man.
I hate it.
I mean, you can hate it and love it. Whatever you feel about it, it's happening. We have no control over it, but we can analyze it from the perspective of why it's a smart move and why it's not a smart move. So I think there are pros and cons. We'll wait for it to be official, but let's move on to Texas Chainsaw Massacre news. This is pretty interesting. A24, they're currently leading the bidding war to get the film and TV distribution rights to the property. They're expected to win the rights, and at which point they'll make a film, potentially with Netflix, but also they'll be developing a TV series produced by J.T. Molnar and Glenn Powell as the first project. No word yet whether or not Glenn will star in it. I'm assuming he will star in it. J.T. Molnar, great screenwriter, wrote and directed Strange Darling. Most recently, just wrote The Long Walk. So I think that for horror movies getting consistently remade and rebooted, this actually sounds cool because we have really talented people here.
And not like the recent Netflix version of it. I've read that Glenn Powell's not supposed to be starring in it, but more of a producing role. It doesn't seem like something that would suit what his career is going towards in terms of acting, but producing, sure.
We also saw him the other day at the New Beverly.
Yeah,
Cinema.
we were just in line to get popcorn at the New Bev, and we went to see From Russia with Love, one of the older Sean Connery James Bond films. We were just standing there chatting with our friend, and then Glenn Powell just walks right past us. And I think you said hi to him.
I said, "What's up, man?" He says, "Hey, what's up, man?" Because I was so shocked that I'm looking at Glenn Powell and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Glenn Powell." I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
He looks very handsome in person.
Very handsome.
I see
just
it.
Like
Yeah.
specimen.
Yeah.
Great tan.
It's crazy because I just said hi to Ty West last week, and then you said hi to Glenn Powell this week.
No big deal.
Who's the next week? Who are we gonna meet next week?
Tom Cruise.
Very crazy, but yeah, it was a great time at the New Bev. Now, Disney's doing something pretty interesting. They made a 4-part miniseries that drops on Disney Plus that's rated TV mature and is very bloody. Now, this is an animated 4-part series called Marvel Zombies, and they dropped a trailer that looks pretty fun and pretty interesting. The 4-part series shows a worldwide disaster where many of your favorite heroes and villains have become bloodthirsty zombies intent on killing everybody, set within an alternate universe. So villains like Thanos and even heroes have become these zombie beings, and a group of people who have been turned, both heroes and villains alike, from Marvel's cinematic universe, are banding together to fight the global pandemic of a zombie horde. It looks really fun. It looks really interesting, and some of your favorite characters are zombies in this, so it's interesting because they can still use their powers. Scarlet Witch, is a zombie Scarlet Witch. It looks really fun and something very different for them.
Have you seen any marketing for this at all?
This is the first thing I've seen of it.
Oh, because they've been marketing this for like a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've chatted about it on Movie News before.
Okay, yeah, I just forgot.
Yeah, they've been hyping this up for a while now. Because you're talking about it like it's your first time hearing about it. I'm like, dude, I've known about this forever. But no, it does look cool, and there's a clip release of Spider-Man fighting Thanos, who's a zombie, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Let's Go Super Mario. The first teaser for Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Here we go, guys. Another year of James doing the Mario voice.
Woohoo! Yeah.
There it is. Get it out of your
I had to get it out of my system.
Get it out of your
I
system.
haven't done it in so long.
But when there was Super Mario was in the news last year.
Yahoo!
Holy shit!
The
Every
Super
week.
Mario Galaxy movie released its first teaser trailer. Everyone's coming back. We have Charlie Day, Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Jack Black. In theaters, April 3rd, 2026. It was a nice little teaser. Mario's just chilling under a tree. This little butterfly floats past
It's like
him.
the end of Attack on Titan. the shot.
Yeah, it's just lounging under a tree. Butterfly comes. The camera follows the butterfly all the way to Princess Peach's castle. It looks
and
awesome.
it rises into the galaxy.
The space.
We're gonna go into space, man.
I'm an astronaut.
And also, we got the fish. The fishes.
Yeah.
There's gonna be an underwater sequence. You gotta do underwater swimming.
And they teased Yoshi.
Oh yeah, because Yoshi was teased in the film. Now Yoshi better be introduced as the lead character. They have to.
They better.
So that you gotta have a Yoshi in there, and then you gotta have a sequence with all the fish and swimming underwater. You gotta have like a Tom Cruise 5-minute hold the breath underwater.
Of Mario.
How would you was there, I can't remember if when you were swimming in the underwater levels, was there something you could get to get more air?
I believe there are bubbles.
Bubbles that you get the air? Yeah, okay. So that would be a fun sequence. Gotta do that.
My bubbles. Fine, Nemo.
All right, let's talk about the first reveal for Doctor Doom has been revealed.
The first
in a reveal of a billboard, which was revealed in China at the Disney Expo in Shanghai. It shows several characters on a banner of different properties, and Doctor Doom is one of the images that we see.
So, there's speculation here whether it's actually the look of what RDJ is going to look like as Doctor Doom. I'm assuming it is. Marvel's never said, hey, that's what it's going to look like, but it's a sick design. It's badass.
Yeah, but it's not like a spoiler because he looks like Doctor Doom.
No, I'm just saying it's not. No one. It could be like a different style of animation or design.
Yeah. It could be like the toy packaging.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that's what he's gonna look like. The Witcher Season 4 finally released a clip, which shows our first look at Liam Hemsworth as Geralt of Rivia fighting a spectral wraith in a foggy swamp using swords and magical signs. Premieres October 30th, 2025. We also got a poster featuring Liam Hemsworth, who, of course, is replacing Henry Cavill here as Geralt after Henry was basically like, you guys are ruining the show. Peace out, bitches.
I'm out.
But technically he said because of scheduling conflicts. You know what I mean? But I
don't think he said creative differences.
No, it's scheduling conflicts.
Oh.
That's the classic Hollywood scheduling conflicts. Yeah. But what's interesting is it seems like they're after Henry Cavill's departure, they're now going to align more closely with the books.
So they're going to focus on the lead character?
It seems like it. The poster, for the first time, he's the biggest character on the poster.
I will say Liam Hemsworth looks good in the role.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah, I think that they dropped, like, there was either some set photos or a first still they dropped a while back, and it got a lot of ridicule. But he looks good in the role.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, he's not Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
But
he looks
like,
good. He looks
great.
He looks like a fine successor.
Yeah.
I gotta say. And I mean, I watched the second season of that show, and I was like, I thought Henry Cavill was the lead of this show. I thought this was The Witcher. And yeah, so hopefully I'm not gonna watch it, but for fans of the game and books, hopefully they'll get what they have been wanting for a while, and that's like a Witcher-centric version of the story.
I doubt it, though.
I doubt it.
Daniel
Day-Lewis is doing press for An Enemy, his new film with his son Rowan Atkinson. I mean, Rowan, Mr. Bean did not make this movie. Rowan Day-Lewis.
I didn't know that Daniel Day-Lewis was Mr. Bean's dad. Whoa, that's news to me.
Rowan Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis talked about his 2 retirements, and he said he actually never did retire from acting. Quote, looking back on it now, I would have done well to just keep my mouth shut for sure. It just seems like such grandiose gibberish to talk about. I never intended to retire, really. I just stopped doing that particular type of work so I could do some other kind of work. Apparently, I've been accused of retiring twice now. I never meant to retire from anything. I just wanted to work on something else for a while. As I get older, it just takes me longer and longer to find my way back to the place where the furnace is burning again. But working with Ro, his son Mr. Bean, that furnace just lit up. And it was, from beginning to end, just pure joy to spend that time together with him. So I get it. He's taken on multiple crafts in the past. Like he trained as a cobbler before he went back to acting for Gangs of New York. So I understand he's a person who just he doesn't probably define himself by just being an actor, but finding creative and practical outlets that interest him.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's so interesting where actors are held to the standard where you have to do that profession forever. You have to act forever. You can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Whereas normal people, there's no problem with like someone else getting a normal hobby,
Yeah.
or just doing something different with their life. But if an actor does it, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, he devotes so much energy to his roles. I mean, you could argue that for Phantom Thread, he worked for a year as a seamstress assistant learning the craft for a year just to prepare for a role. And he likes to do other things with his life, which is really interesting because he's the best ever and he's so talented. But it's like one of those things. It's like, you're so good. Why don't you do this? It's like that great Helen Kumar quote from the first film where he's talking to the dean of the college. he's like, you have perfect scores. Like, why don't you become a doctor? He's like, hey, just because you're hungry like a moose doesn't mean you have to do porn.
That's a good one.
So it's like,
I wasn't expecting a Harold and Kumar reference from the Daniel Day-Lewis
it's kind
story.
of the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because you're amazing at this thing or you're the best in the world doesn't mean you always have to do it. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with his life.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it's cool that he's coming back. But it's fun to hear him say, like, I never retired. This is what people say. I was just doing some other stuff.
And also, when he finished Phantom Thread, it was a negative experience ending that for him, and he talked about it in this interview. If you want to read it more, and stopping that role affected him negatively. But it seems like this role, he ended on a positive light and has enjoyed stepping away from that role where he's in the past had difficulty leaving roles.
Spielberg and PTA are calling him off the fucking hook right now. Dad, hey, you want to do something?
So are you back?
Lincoln 2?
Too Lincoln, too furious.
All right, Practical Magic 2, everybody, has wrapped production. Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock have both announced that they're so excited about the sequel. A cute little video of them wrapping on set with a big hug.
Aw.
Adorable.
I still haven't seen it. But people like it. All right. Sean Astin, big news in the world of Hollywood, has just been elected as the new SAG president. He will be the leader of the union for 2 years. He received a shocking 79% of the vote from SAG members. He was a big leader during the SAG strikes last year and a vocal presence at every event. And it seems like he was a shoo-in and everybody really enjoyed his leadership. And he's now got the role.
Congrats to him.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool guy. We got some sad news. Speaking of Henry Cavill here, Highlander, which was delayed recently, got delayed again. Chad Stahelski's film was supposed to start shooting, I think, at the end of this year, but now won't start shooting until early 2026 because Henry Cavill suffered an injury. He's okay, but he's got to recover. This film is hotly anticipated. Karen Gillan, Dave Bautista, Jimon Hanzu, Russell Crowe all are a part of this film. Speedy recovery, Henry. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, it must have been something pretty serious.
It originally got delayed because Stahelski came in for Ballerina
to do
some reshoots for a couple of weeks. And then that pushed production on this film. And then obviously everyone's very busy. Henry Cavill's very much in demand.
Yeah.
And then pushed to 2026.
It must be a rough injury for them to delay it this much. Yeah.
I mean, he's been training like a motherfucker for this. So
yeah, it must have been. Maybe it was some pre-production stunt training accident or some choreography. Yeah,
could have been like sword training. Maybe
his arm got cut off.
Cut.
All right, next up, Robert Pattinson has confirmed his next film. He will be starring with Skylar Gisondo on A24's crime drama Primetime, which has been in development for a while. And this follows a journalist who takes on the underbelly of crime in a unique way and changes TV forever, inspired by the series To Catch a Predator.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
What do you got the pizza for? What a crazy show. Let's talk about Man of Tomorrow, the next Superman film, which obviously James Gunn announced a few weeks ago. James Gunn says Superman and Lex Luthor will work together to fight a much bigger threat in Man of Tomorrow. To quote him, "It's as much a Lex movie as it is a Superman movie. I loved working with Nicholas Hoult. I relate to the character of Lex. Sadly, I really wanted to create something extraordinary with the two of them. I just love the script so much. Filming starts April 2026.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty damn soon.
They're churning them out.
This is how you do it. This is where DC failed earlier with Man of Steel and not pushing a sequel to Superman right away.
Yeah.
This is, I think, obviously DC, Safran, James Gunn know the trajectory to lead to success for the DC going forward. And I think this is a smart move. And it sounds cool. It sounds like a buddy cop movie almost, where they hate each other's guts, but they have to work together.
Yeah. You could have a lot of great humor with that.
I think so.
For sure.
And then obviously I think they'll probably fight the threat, kill the threat, but then Lex will have obviously a backup plan to kill Superman at the end of the movie.
Maybe his plan will be using that big threat to kill Superman at the end.
Probably.
Spoilers. Speculation spoilers. It's just spec, guys. All right. Big news for Spider-Man. Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, and Tom Holland were spotted on the set of the new film Spider-Man Brand New Day. Zendaya, curiously, is hiding her hair under a hood.
I wonder what color her hair is, guys.
What would it be?
Red.
For
Mary Jane. MJ. The character she plays in the Spider-Man films. You're such a boomer, bro.
Because, I mean, the film ended with her. She didn't have red hair, but maybe she dyes it after working at the coffee shop for a few months.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Or she could be playing a villain.
It's her villain hair. MJ, and she's got red hair.
We'll find out. Speculation again.
Why else would she be hiring? She has her hood tightened, so it's like when you're a kid and you do it, and it's just like you can only see.
She shaved her head for the role.
Let's talk about the Sphere in Las Vegas, the giant, enormous Globe Theater. Wizard of Oz at the Sphere is reportedly grossing $2 million per freaking day. Executives think it could make over $100 million a year for a film. Over 90% of the film Wizard of Oz has been touched up with AI. Fans are paying around $200 per ticket with multiple screenings a day. They do some also like practical things. They have like wind with fans. And they blow debris. Like during the tornado, they blow debris everywhere.
Yeah, it's cute.
They're talking to Warner Brothers about licensing other films like Harry Potter. So this is another big envelope opening for the infusion of AI into theaters and film and TV and entertainment. Audiences, like we said, remember we were talking about this like a year ago, audiences will eventually not care about AI. This is a perfect example of people not caring about AI going to see Wizard of Oz, which they're using AI to expand and generatively expand every frame of the film.
For the sphere.
For the sphere's enormous size.
Yeah, I see. Okay. It's also, I mean, this is looking like a future distribution method that you could easily see if this succeeds, one of these spheres popping up in every major city.
Oh, it is succeeding. The thing with them is they're very expensive to make and energy efficient out of the window. Like, they take a lot of energy, obviously. So it's an expensive thing to have as an owner.
The city lights have to shut off to play the sphere.
Have you seen it, dude?
Yeah,
it's insane.
It is Vegas, though. I mean, there's lights everywhere.
But, this is where we're talking about how to get people back into theaters. People have asked us that all the time in comments, in episodes, and we say improving or innovating for a unique theatrical experience. That's why IMAX is booming. 2,000 new theaters getting built. IMAX is an incredible visual experience in person. The Sphere seems like an incredible visual experience in person you can't get anywhere if you're sitting on your couch.
And you can't deny it's pretty amazing that so many people are going to see a nearly 100-year-old movie.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy. That's great.
It's pretty cool.
All right, next up, let's talk about Clayface, which is now in production and releases 1 year from today. This is described as an R-rated, gruesome body horror film. Sign me up. And inspired by Feet of Clay episodes in Batman the Animated Series, which I remember as a kid. This is written by Mike Flanagan and Hossein Amini and directed by James Watkins, who made the James McAvoy film that just came out. What was it called?
Oh, Speaking No Evil?
Speaking No Evil.
Great movie. That movie was fucking awesome.
I really like that movie. And also, did you see the bat symbol discourse online, James?
I have not.
There's a dumpster. Someone took a photo of a dumpster on the set of this movie, and there's a couple of just like random like stickers on it, and there's apparently a sticker of Pattinson's bat symbol. Like someone put a sticker on it, and James Gunn said that he didn't even know about this, and they're not connected. From my point of view, it looks like Photoshop. It doesn't look real. It looks like a Photoshop job.
Probably.
So I think it's just someone posted it. They photoshopped the sticker on.
Clicks, likes.
Because the thing is, the sticker, it's not like it's just the bat symbol sticker. It's like in a white rectangle sticker with the bat symbol in it. So it looks like someone just photoshopped it on.
Yeah, I don't think.
Look it
Bruce
up.
Wayne's not selling merch.
Yeah, he got it off Teespring, and then he's putting it everywhere. So yeah, look it up. See what
I think people know he is.
Do you think this is Photoshop or not?
Oh, it's Photoshop.
Yeah,
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, it looks like Photoshop to me, but people are freaking out.
Yeah, because it's what people do on the internet.
Yeah, it looks like actually not very good Photoshop in my opinion.
Who knows? Let's talk about Social Network 2. Remember that movie that's coming out? Aaron Sorkin's film, which he's going to direct as well as write, obviously, starts shooting in October. It's shooting next month. Jeremy Strong, Mikey Madison, and Jeremy Allen White have the lead roles. Madison will be playing Francis Haugen, the former Facebook product manager turned whistleblower who exposed the Facebook files. White will portray Jeff Horowitz, the author of the Wall Street Journal piece. And Jeremy Strong will be playing...
Zuck.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
As a
Himself.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I really like this trailer for Christy.
Looks very optimistic.
Sydney Sweeney's doesn't look up. I mean, partly it looks also tough. Looks tough.
No, like Rocky, like
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney stars as pro boxer Christy Martin, and this hits theaters very soon, November 7th. Ben Foster plays her manager husband.
I didn't recognize him at first. Oh my gosh, that man dives into roles.
They both look great. They both look really good. It looks like a really fun boxing movie. Also very emotional, very intense. I think this looks really good for a sports film. This and The Smashing Machine look like the sports films of the year for sure. And I'm really impressed with Sydney Sweeney's acting in this.
Been telling you, man.
I know she's selling me with this movie. She's selling me over.
She sold me years ago, dude.
Oh yeah, what performance was it?
All of them.
Years ago. What performance?
So many. Yeah. Too many to count. Too many to count. Alley Cats. We got our first look at the new animated series from Ricky Gervais. The series follows the challenges of a group of feral British cats who seek companionship. Releases 2026 on Netflix.
Looks cute. Looks fun. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Amazon Prime TV series, has been delayed indefinitely. Apparently, it's due to cast issues. Mark Edelstein from Honora and Sophie Thatcher from Companion were cast as the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith in this film. In this series, but maybe they can't do it anymore. I don't know.
I don't know many people that watch that show.
I don't know anyone who watched that show.
And also, like, the castings for this show, amazing actors. They don't feel like secret agents to me.
They're so young.
How do we go from Brad Pitt and Angie, who, like, fit the mold, I think, for, like, action secret agents? I get you don't have to be, like, big and buff to be a superhero anymore in Agent, but I don't know.
I never liked
It's odd casting.
Yeah.
They're both terrific. I think Sophie Thatcher's amazing. She's in so many great films. But it was always a weird casting for me anyways, the two of them.
I feel like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith character should be at least over 30.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because, if you're a spy, like,
He's like 19.
you need some fucking experience.
He's like 19 years old.
I don't know if he's 19, but he looks 19.
Yeah, I don't know. Brad didn't look 19.
Brad, golden god, baby. Stitchhead. First trailer dropped for this new animated movie based on the popular children's book. Kind of a very much Frankenstein sort of story, starring Asa Butterfield. Theaters October 29th.
It looks very cute.
It does.
And it's like kind of like it reminded me of the stitched together toys in Toy Story.
Sure.
All those, and it's like this Frankenstein kind of mix of like playful different kinds of Frankenstein monsters that are all friendly like kids.
He's sort of like an Igor character.
Yeah. Next up, The Man in the Basement released a new clip. This stars Corey Hawkins and Willem Dafoe. Hawkins plays a man who rents out his basement to a mystery businessman in order to get out of debt after his mother's death. This hits theaters eventually.
No, it's in theaters.
It's in theaters.
Read the fucking sentence. It says in theaters.
In theaters.
I didn't know this movie existed.
Yeah, I have no idea about
until
this
this headline. I didn't realize there was a movie that's actually in theaters, and I don't think it's playing in many. It only has 33 ratings on IMDb. So
How many movies has Willem Dafoe been in the last 10 years?
Every movie.
I think he's been in the most
I think
movies.
he's been in every movie.
Him and Nick Cage. I can't think of actors who have been in more movies than they have been in.
Pedro Pascal.
Not as many, like sheer number of movies. Because Dafoe does a lot of supporting roles and stuff. Pascal's been doing leads, which take up so much time.
I guess. He does a lot of movies, but I didn't know this movie existed. But apparently it's playing.
It's a weird... The Man in My Basement. It's a weird title.
Sounds like a
Airport
song.
book. The Man in My Basement.
Ambition. We got a new casting alert. Charles Melton and Lucy Liu, my childhood crush, will star in Ambition, with Lulu Wang set to direct. The thriller follows an actress enjoying life in Manhattan with her husband until a mysterious man appears, claiming to be her long-lost son. This will be the first live-action film for the filmmaker.
No, Leica, the company.
Oh, Leica.
Read the fucking text.
I didn't know if Leica was a
No,
nickname.
Leica's... They do the stop motion.
Gotcha.
And like claymation animated films.
Cool.
Yeah. Final bit of news. I thought Michael Douglas retired, but no, he's back. That was a short-lived retirement. Looking Through the Glass is his new film.
That's not at all what it's called.
Looking Through Glass. Looking Through Glass.
Oh, sorry. It's water.
So you just wrote a different title?
I wrote it the wrong. That was my bad. I set up Anthony to fail there.
Oh my God. Looking Through Water
There you go.
is the title of the film. He'll co-star with Walker Scobell. It's a family drama in theaters. Now he's retired.
Now he's retired?
After this, yeah. Because
Yeah.
he announced retirement a month ago. We talked about it.
That's right. Yeah.
And we talked about our favorite movies of his.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks like a generational story of...
Are you going to see it?
No, I'm not going to see it. I didn't even know it existed. They're fly fishing half the movie.
We ended the movie news episode with two movies we've never even heard of that are in theaters. Try to see them if you want to see them, guys.
Yeah. Maybe
Now you know about them.
I didn't know they existed.
Yeah.
I'm a little busy, man.
Busy watching Sydney Sweeney movies.
Big fan. Well, you're always laughing like that when I talk about Sydney Sweeney. I don't get it. Well, thanks everyone for tuning into Raiders Lost podcast. We have awesome ways to support us. Memberships on YouTube are a thing now. You can sign up there. You can get early access to episodes as well as bonus episodes there. But it's different than Patreon, which is a different subscription service. So if you want to sign up on Patreon, go to Patreon. It doesn't matter. Either one. Patreon, you get bonus episodes as well, but you get access to our Discord as well as watch parties and stuff like that. So go to patreon.com/Raiders of Lost podcast.
And real quick, a big difference, YouTube, you get early access to episodes that you don't get that on Patreon. So YouTube is like, we had our One Battle After another episode post a few days ago. People have been watching it.
It's private for everyone else, but if you're a member on YouTube, you can watch our review. Our spoiler-free review of One Battle After
Doesn't
Another.
post till tomorrow, but if that's the difference with the YouTube membership for 99 cents, you can watch the episodes way in advance.
Yeah, this is how we pay our rent, guys. We appreciate everyone who supports us, engage with our content, so helpful as well. But, the subscription stuff, that's how we, pay the bills and do the show full time. So thank you to everyone who is a patron or all the people who are becoming members as well. We appreciate you so, so much. As always, leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple as well, and take care.
See you next time.